This will probably be a quick one because I'm doing little grounding practice in the snow with my feet. But this video should give you inspiration, and I just want to share with you how you can approach this year to not get overwhelmed and to burn out already in the beginning of 2026. And I'm doing this grounding practice in the snow because it keeps me present. I honestly, 5 minutes ago, I finished 60-minute power yoga, which also was pretty grounding, not gonna lie. I was sweating like crazy, which I'm also gonna talk about in the next part of the video. But now about why the grounding practice. So, as an artist or as someone who has goals, you might look forward too much for the goal, and this can be also too frustrating because you are not there yet, and then every thought that you have is really about sometimes you are doing great, you have good sleep, you eat clean food, and everything goes well, you feel good, but then one day your sleep sucks, or maybe you eat some not really clean food for 1 week, and then or something in your life happens, and then suddenly you start to feel like things are not going as planned, and you might not be on the right path, and you start to lose motivation, and you start to lose the trust in yourself that you can actually do it. And so grounding like this, whatever you do, like yoga, exercise, meditation, keeps you in present, and it helps you perceive the reality better. And if you do this long term, then you build bigger self-awareness, and then it's easier for you to reflect on your life, and so you don't do wrong conclusions. That if you are self-aware, then you know that maybe for 3 days you didn't have very good sleep, or you didn't eat very good food, and so that means that from that reason you have these negative thoughts, or you feel bad, or you feel like you are not good enough, or you feel like you wanna quit what you are doing. And so when you notice this, and when you know that this is just because of this, you can notice it, and you just keep going, or you just slow down that day. You don't need to push that hard. And so that's why I also started doing yoga every single day instead of stressing myself over going to gym, because I want to finish album with at least 12 tracks. I have more tracks. I'm not sure how many of them will be there. I'm gonna pick just the best ones, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of stress to finish songs, create good ideas, and also having enough mental energy to also do things that give you some income as an artist, or like self-employed person. So the mental clarity that you need to have in order to not do mistakes, or to, of course, like everyone makes mistakes, even people with mental clarity, but when you have mental clarity, and when you have the free energy for more things, then everything you do is not that like you feel like you have to do it. You actually enjoy it, and you still have the energy if you care about yourself. And so I last year and the year before, I've been pretty consistent with gym, and also like calisthenics and running and bike, but going to gym takes by car like 20-25 minutes, and during the time, like when I go there and from there. But when I go there, sometimes I feel like, oh, I could go shopping and get some food or something, like too many distractions. And also in the gym, like what exercises will I do? Even though I have program, I still have to like put things there, and it's like too much brain power for me. And also like I just couldn't fit it in my schedule somehow. I said to myself that I will not put pressure on myself too much. And the power yoga, don't get me wrong, like it's extremely difficult when for 60 minutes you do certain poses and you do it repeatedly and you hold. It's really difficult, and it maybe requires way more mental, it's like way bigger mental pain than in the gym. And also if you do something which is painful for you, you are growing, you are like putting maybe more on this later. So if you want to know more, just follow me and check some other videos. But there is something which is not like scientifically proven, but you can think of it as bank of suffering. And if you do something painful, you are putting coins in the bank, and then you grow bigger pain tolerance. So from that reason, and yeah, actually there is something scientific about it, that in neuroscience, you can watch it on Andrew Huberman podcast, that about willpower and tenacity, that when you do something painful, there is part in your brain, I'm not sure, some mid-singular cortex or something like this. It's just part of your brain which shrinks if you choose the easier path, and if you do something that is not difficult for you. It grows when you do something which is a little bit mentally painful for you, and which is like difficult. So let's say you set yourself that you will run for 60 minutes, and at the end of the 60 minutes you are really out of your breath, you are sweating, you can't really go anymore, and you still choose to run for another 200 meters, like maybe maximal intensity. And so it's a little bit painful, and this part of your brain grows. So yeah, now I'm gonna step into the ice grass to ground myself, and we will see how long I can stay here. I will try to talk. You can see that it's pretty icy. I'm just gonna go down. Yeah, I almost wanted to think about what I'm going to say when I do this, but I'm just gonna stay here and wait what rises and what I wanted to say. When New Year starts, everyone setting more goals, and like for some people they just continue doing what they want or what they did last year. But for some people it's like New Year, it's pretty, it starts to hurt. For some people they really, when the year starts, they are like, oh, this is the year I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna do more, and I'm gonna be really consistent. But then after 1 month they just don't do it anymore, or maybe even after 1 week. And I felt the same, but I reflected, and actually instead of putting more on my back, I actually started cutting down. So for 1 week I started tracking my daily activities, or maybe for like 10 days, every minute of my day, to see what I'm doing and where I'm too much. And as I also track my sleep and readiness and HRV with Oura and Whoop, like if you are not familiar with that, it's this ring and this band which like tracks your activities and like how you recover from stress, how stressed you are during the day. And I combine all of this data and like discuss with ChatGPT, and And yeah, I just cut down a lot of things, and actually instead of doing more things, I started putting more time for just one things, like finishing or starting new ideas, or I just put inside also more breaks and more free time, because I was always pushing from since I wake up till like 8-10 p.m. You know, when you're self-employed, it's very easy. You can fill the time when you have full day. It's very easy to fill the day with a lot of things, especially when you're artist. You know, sometimes you have to work on content, sometimes you have to like edit your website, sometimes you have to prepare a release. Yeah, a lot of things. And when you are not self-aware, you can spend like whole year grinding to get money, but then you realize that you didn't do a lot of music, and you like didn't do the things that you are doing it for. So that's why this grounding and self-awareness is very important. And yeah, I still can walk, but I think it's enough. So yeah, let me guys know what's your favorite way of grounding yourself, and let me know if you try to go in the ice just with your feet, or if you are doing like ice bath or cold showers. Let me know in the comments, and I'm looking forward to next video, and yeah, see you there.